So with me is a notebook. So each page is like a block in a blockchain, and you can say when Zain gives $10 to Ali, that will be written down in the page of the notebook. And once all the entries in this page is filled, this page is going to get attached to this notebook, hence the blockchain. So you can say that in a blockchain, data is decentralized. It is basically whenever there is a change, all the participants of that blockchain needs to agree on that change, and then it comes into existence. So you can say that blockchain as a data entry is quite secure, and it's quite difficult to hack. Yeah.
So I'm trying to understand the point. So over here, what you said, that you have a page, in one page you have like 10 records, let's say 10 transactions. And how it correlates with that 10 transaction in the first page with the second page. So how
very good question, Ali. So as you can say that blockchain is two words, block and chain. Okay, so each block is connected with a chain. So every block has the hash, or like you can say an identifier of the previous block. So hence it's like a connection.
So based on the answer you gave, so I'm trying to understand. So you said that every data element is identified by a unique ID, which you call hash, and the next part of that data, the same data or some other data, would be connected to the previous data, and it would form a chain. So this is what you're trying to say, or is there, or will it be the same data that is connected with, say for example, I did a transaction, I bought this mug. So this is one entry on the blockchain. How it would correlate with this mug?
What you're talking about is a ledger. Yes. Blockchain is a ledger as well. So it's not necessary that one entry, for example, if we're talking about real estate, for example, if I own a house, okay, and I transfer it to you, and then you transfer it to someone else. This can also be recorded in blockchain, and you can say by default the history is maintained.
So everybody who has bought that piece of land, that record would be stored in a form of a chain.
Yeah, you can say that it can be stored in a form of chain, but also that since we're talking about the public blockchain, you can say that every data in time frame is recorded in blocks, and it can be anyone. You can say that I transfer it to you, then anyone transfers to a person A would transfer to person B. That would also be recorded in that blockchain. And you can say that the blockchain would be connected with time. You can say that as it goes on, it is connected, and each block is connected with the previous block, and thus maintaining its security as well.
So okay, so when people, I always have this question, people always ask me this question. Whenever we talk about blockchain, people say that blockchain is cryptocurrency. So is it the real thing? I mean, blockchain is always cryptocurrency, or is it like you mentioned about the real estate? So this question came into my head. So does blockchain has any other use cases as well other than cryptocurrency, or it's only cryptocurrency?
That is a very good question. People usually confuse this and say that cryptocurrency is blockchain, just blockchain. Whenever you hear the word blockchain, automatically in your mind it comes that it's cryptocurrency, which is not true. You can say that, or it's true that cryptocurrency was the first application of blockchain, but by no format it's the only application. Have you heard of the supply chain?
Yes.
Yes, everyone has heard of supply chain. So in blockchain, you can automate that. And you can automate it quite well, since you have the record of every entry and its history, and you know that it's secured. Supply chain can be automated quite efficiently in blockchain. You can also keep record of your identities. You can also verify your identities. There are multiple use cases, and you have two type of communities in blockchain. One you can say that is more like tilted towards cryptocurrency, more like investment and getting the returns out, and the other is solely in the whole you can say application of blockchain, how it's really it's quite overwhelming how it can transform the whole world.
So since you have mentioned about supply chain, so one question that I would say every layman would ask, that okay, now we know about blockchain. It's a form of ledger which is connected together. So now, how it makes the life of a common man easier or a corporate easier? How it would be used in a corporate environment, or maybe some corporate would like to use blockchain? What would be the benefit of them, for example? And then moving on to a normal person, what would be the benefit of a normal person who would be, for example, connected to a product that would have blockchain? Say, for example, if I'm connected to ChatGPT, everybody is using ChatGPT, and maybe ChatGPT with the blockchain, would it be more useful to us as a common person, or would it be not be of any use? So corporate first, then move on to this common man.
Okay,
philosophy.
so you have heard of Web3, correct?
Yes.
So Web3 is with blockchain, decentralization, and then you had Web2. So a lot of people say that what is the difference between Web2 and Web3? Because Web2 is quite advanced, the UI UX is quite brilliant, there are real-time changes. I mean, when you look at it as just the front, you don't see much improvement that needs to be done in Web2. But a lot of people nowadays, or you can say from quite some years now, they have been complaining about their data and their data security and data integrity. That a third party, a particular third party owns their data and they have no control over it. So what blockchain does is it is an open ledger, and you basically are in control of your data. So this is how you can say it is very useful for a normal person, and of course in corporate it can also be used.
So Zain, I want to know how blockchain can have an impact on the corporate industry, like for example fishing, for example say real estate. So how would blockchain be used there, and what would be the benefit for the corporate to actually use that blockchain in their systems?
Okay, so since we are talking about supply chain, I would skip the real estate part. I'll go with the fishing, you said, na?
Okay.
So since in a normal conventional Web2, we have to do a lot of automation, we have to do a lot of procedures to make sure that the security is on point, but still there are a lot of points where you cannot control the security element. But in Web3 blockchain, all of these aspects are handled by default. So we have the security. So you can say that in a supply chain, basically we need to, end user needs to know that their fish, what they're eating, where it came from, and is it fresh, how long has it been en route for transport, how was it caught, from where was it caught. For example, I'm just covering small points, okay? So we can establish a supply chain where each party enters their data, relevant data, and since it's blockchain, we know that once they have entered, they cannot alter it. And if they alter it, a record of it will be kept. So we have the security element. So we know the end user exactly knows where the fish is coming from the fisherman, and where has he caught that fish, and then was it caught at under 24 hours or above 24 hours. Each fish will have its own unique, you can say, identity, and you will know exactly what type of what type of fish it is, of course you'll know by looking at it, but how long has it been since it was caught, and every relevant information there is to know for the end user, you will know by default.
Okay, so this means that you would have all the vetted information somewhere, where you could actually see that this person who is selling the fish is not faking it out. Basically this information is coming from somewhere. So I kind of get the point. So since you have been working on like numerous projects over the past on blockchain, so what do you think, what are the problems that led to say failure of a project? So, for example, if somebody has started something on blockchain, what would be what things that he should do and what things he should never do?
I mean, since we've been working, you and I, and we have seen numerous projects which have failed. I mean, majority of the projects which have come, I mean, at the end of the, you can say, hype, it has always, more or less they've failed. That is because a lot of projects which turn out to be quite good later on fail. The main reason for that is that they don't have a real use case. They don't have real world value. What they do is, for example, there was a trend for meme coin back in 21.
Yes.
So you do remember that there were a lot of projects out there.
Yes.
Meme
I know.
coins.
Yeah.
Nowadays there are a lot of meme coins as well. So a lot of people would create a meme coin, go with the hype, create their token, and they just they were so focused on the price. They were so focused that their token is doing well. They left their project, their ideas, their vision behind. Okay, so first of all, make sure that your project needs blockchain or not. It's not that every project you can just slam the blockchain in and it's going to work.
Yes.
You need to know that your project needs blockchain or not. Then I've seen a lot of people who overcommit their tokens. Like they give out their tokens, so many, to free users, and they keep on giving it out. And in the end, what happens is that they lose the equilibrium of tokens. And when they put on the price for a token, everyone sells, and it's just a disaster for them. Then I have been in one or two projects which have been very successful in the start, but later on what they did was they ran out of money. So you have to treat it like a business. It's not that in cryptocurrency money grows on trees.
Okay.
You have to treat it like a business. You have to stay disciplined. You have to focus on your business model and make sure that you have to make sure that users, you have like real users. You don't have because if you don't have real users and real use case where money is inflowing, eventually you're going to run out of runway.
Yeah.
And you're going to dry out all of your funds, and then it's just lost.
You would have money, yes.
Yeah. So you need to make sure that, for example, if you have won a round for, you can say, funding, you have to use it quite wisely. You don't have to just spend it on marketing and sponsorships and you have to make sure that you use it quite wisely so you don't run out of money. Okay? So you have to foresee things. If there is like a gap in income and your spending, you have to cut it out. Okay, and the most important thing what I felt is that even if you have a good vision and good use case, you need a very strong community in cryptocurrency and blockchain projects, especially in public blockchain projects. If you don't have a good community and you just focus on your technology, you're not going to make it.
Okay, so I understand that
that's a lot of points.
Yeah. So basically, what you're saying is, first, number one, a person would have vision. The company would lay out the vision, and they would carry out the steps or the stages of the project development with respect to the vision. And then you said that you don't have to pay or send tokens to anyone who's actually on a free basis. So there is no free lunch here. The third thing is obviously the tokenomics is
really important.
Yeah, tokenomics is also important. And
also, one second, I would like to add that even I mentioned that if your project needs blockchain or not, and even you should also know that a lot of projects don't even need tokenomics as well. So a lot of people just throw in the tokenomics just a side gig to make more money. So that's not necessary. You don't need tokenomics. In every project there is no use to have tokenomics.
So yeah, I understand. So tokenomics, and then important is community building. But I want to know first, what is the role of technology in that aspect, because since you skip that technology element, so how important is that technology element? And the second part of my question is, does it relate to all this part of the application? You only mentioned about cryptocurrency, but there are apps, there are DeFi, then there are DAO investment. So would that scenario be perfectly equal to those platforms? And I mean, if somebody is looking for a D app or a DeFi app, so he would also be looking for tokenomics or these kind of aspect, or maybe some other things that he needs to done.
Yeah, I mean, first I would say that we'll get back to technology as well. That's a very cool element. But since you mentioned that what they else need to do is that they need to also look at the legal aspect. So you need to know where you're launching and where in that country the legislation for blockchains are, what exactly are they, and if you have that covered, that's a very important step, because it's going to save you a lot of headache later on. Yeah. So coming back to technology, I would say yes, that's very important, because a lot of different projects would go well in, you can say, ICP, but won't go well in with an EVM chain. So you need to make sure that you consult the right people.
And why is that so? Can you elaborate? Like, for example, ICP is Internet Computer Protocol, I guess, and EVM is Ethereum based virtual machine. So, for example, what would be the factor if I'm a person looking for a DeFi or maybe a D app? A D app, and I come to you. So how would I know that for me ICP is useful or EVM? Because I'm not a technical person. I don't know about blockchain. So how would I know?
So I will compare Ethereum not with ICP right now. We'll come to that later. I'll compare it with Polygon, for example. So since both of them are EVM, it's quite easy to confuse them. And so Ethereum is, you can say, the king of blockchains.
Yes.
It was they started with the smart contracts, and things have been going very well for them. But Ethereum is quite costly when it comes to transactions. Okay. So if you have a project where you need to do a lot of transactions, which needs not just transfer of funds, but there are other transactions as well. Going with Polygon is a much better option. So you can say that considering cost, Polygon also has more, you can say it's much faster. So considering cost, getting the data out there, getting it verified, all of those points do matter. And in different projects, there are different use cases. So now coming back to ICP, basically ICP is all in one solution. Okay. So you have a lot of freedom in smart contracts. You can do a lot of calls. You can have HTTPS calls, which is quite brilliant, because you can connect your Web3 with Web2 as well. So, and also in ICP, the transaction costs are very low, and it's very fast. You can update data really fast, because they use zero knowledge to get it out there quite fast. They use their subnets. It's a bit technical, but it's quite fast. So for ICP, for example, if you have a solution out there which is just, you can say, a lot of data updating, data entry, and even a social media app, for example, where there's a lot of posting, a lot of interactions with users. So I would say that going with any EVM is not that useful, but going with ICP is the right call. But for that, for a normal user,
Go ahead.
So for a normal user, I would say they need to consult a technical, personnel or technical service, to know that what their vision is, like what exactly, how would their vision look in an MVP stage, and how would they materialize it, and what technology do they need to implement in order to get that done.
So for a normal person, what I understand that you would be the right person who would guide you in terms of which technology, I mean which blockchain would be suitable for a person. So how does how does that process start? So, for example, if I'm a client, I have a use case. So, how would I communicate with you, and how would you guide me in finding the right blockchain? Because there are, as far as I know, I don't know the exact number, but there are like 200 plus blockchains. So there
a
are
lot of
so
number,
many
yeah.
blockchain. So, and how would you guide me, and how would I be comfortable in a part knowing that the solution that you have provided me is a good solution? I mean, it is a good blockchain for me. So how does that process works with you?
So first, I would say that I mean, I'm just a person who has technical expertise. You, the client, have the vision. I have to respect that. So I need to know each and every aspect of your vision. What exactly is your vision? What is your end goal? So it's not necessary that the first MVP compromises all of the vision. Okay, you need to differentiate and let your client know that the MVP is going to come first, and all the core elements are going to be in that MVP, and the rest of them can follow.
Yes.
Okay. So clear communication is the way to go. You have to communicate, and quite clearly you have to communicate with the client. You know what needs to be done. Okay, what are his requirements? Then you need to give him ideas how that vision is going to get materialized. It's not necessary that the vision he has, the MVP is going to look exactly like that, because a lot of time, because in Web3 there are a lot of, you can say, limitations as well. With ICP you can say that a lot of limitation gets eliminated, but there's still, since it's Web3, so there are a lot of limitations. So you have to let them know that these points can be done, or these points can be done in a certain way, and how it's going to proceed. Then when the client understands that, he just we both together create the requirements, and once the requirements are created, we आगे क्या create हो गए बस.
So when you recommend a blockchain to a client, so based on what things do you recommend it, and how would I know that this is the right one for me?
Okay, so usually it comes down to cost. It comes down to, you can say, how fast the transactions are, and if the idea which the user has can be implemented on that blockchain or not.
And maybe the traction as well. Like, for example, Solana is very famous these days.
And
so
I would say the fourth would be the community.
Yeah.
Okay, so if there is a new blockchain which has a lot of hype, there was a blockchain called Pulse token. You remember that?
Yes,
we invested in that.
Yes, I remember.
So so when that came out, a lot of people were coming and they wanted to get their project done on Pulse chain.
Yes.
So they were not focused on what Pulse chain was, they just wanted to get into the hype. So usually you have to talk to them, and if someone is adamant about the blockchain, you just you tell them
you have to go with it. Yes.
You have to go with it. But if the client is open to new ideas, you just need to factor in all of these four things.
Yeah.
And then suggest him the best.
Yeah, like in the recent project, you have moved from another chain to you suggested ICP.
Yeah, I suggested ICP. It was a social media platform.
Yeah.
So it was like an affiliate marketing with social media. So the client didn't have much of an idea where to go. So we suggested ICP as well. And
it worked out very well. I mean, because ICP is a kind of a complete kind of a solution that connects, I guess, Web 2 with Web 3 as well.
Yeah.
Some HTTPS protocol as well along with. Yeah.
So there are multiple blockchains. For example, Cardano is quite useful, but Cardano has a lot of limitations when it comes to smart contract functionality. So, but since it's really secure, so sometimes when the users, you can say, priority is security, they go with Cardano as well.
Okay. Yeah, okay. But is a smart contract in a layman terminology? Or I want my listener to know what is a smart contract? Because a lot of people, I remember I had a client. He was interested in AI and other stuff, but he came to me and he said smart contract could do everything. Like in AI, people used to say that everything AI is black magic. So he was also in a form of saying that we would write smart contract, and it was a trust related activity, and that smart contract would do everything for us. So I want to understand that misconception that people think because there is a word of smart in the contract, so everybody thinks that that smart is an AI based smart, or that would do something that AI would do. So what exactly, in a gist of it, what exactly is a smart contract?
Well, by no means smart is connected with AI. So let's clear that up first. So smart contract, you can say, is a chunk of code which is on the blockchain, which basically automates the process in the blockchain. So every blockchain, you can say, have their own smart contracts, and they can do whatever that blockchain permissions them to do. So it's just, you can say, an automation of process in the blockchain.
So it's more like a workflow written in a form of workflow that cannot be changed, that is immutable, or
it is immutable to a certain extent. There are some you can say techniques where you can change the some functions in the smart contract. You must have heard of proxy contracts.
Yes.
Yeah, in the EVMs there are proxy contracts. Then, but the main idea is that the structure you set is that cannot be changed in the blockchain. So making sure that we have the security in check. But of course, in a smart contract, you can have multiple roles. You can give the roles to different users, or a certain person can have that particular role, admin role, or any other role for any other operation. So it's basically a chunk of code which does the automation in the blockchain. Yeah.
Okay, so I've heard along social media, people are saying that smart contract is hackable or not secure. Is it true, or is it just a fiction?
Any blockchain which has the smart contract in it, they have written it in such a way that if done properly, it cannot be hacked.
Okay.
But of course, if there is a flow in the blockchain, there was a hack in Solana, I remember. Where they did it, and then back into 2016 there was a DAO attack on redundancy, attack called redundancy attack. So there have been improvements in the ecosystem of blockchain regarding security as well, because whenever you put out a feature like a smart contract where you give a lot of freedom to the developers, where they can develop a lot of things, there are going to be some loopholes where they can exercise, which have been removed or have been improved quite vastly in the smart contracts. So nowadays I don't see any hacking incident. But of course, this is said if a perfect implementation is done. But if you don't do the perfect implementation, there's always a chance that there is going to be an attack on a smart contract. So you need to make sure that you get the valid person to get that done. He or she knows their stuff, and then you need to also get that contract audited, because it's better to have it double
third party
third party check.
So what you're saying is, this makes it very important that whenever you're going with a smart contract or a company that is going Web3, it's important that you go with the right partner who have the right mindset and right people who do the right code, so that if your code is vulnerable, there is a high chance that it can be later on, it can be misused, and then you should always go for third party audit, which could be some professional company that would look.
Definitely. I would say that there's 100% chance, because mostly the contracts which get released out there, they're open contracts. Everyone can view them, mostly.
Yes.
And that is for the secure, it's common practice which people exercise. And it is because the end user can see that this contract is verified, it's open, you can see what code is written out there. If I'm going to invest in something or do these transactions, I won't be left open. So since it's for the end user to see the code, anyone can view your code. So if you leave vulnerability out there in your code, it's definitely going to get exposed. Yeah.
Okay. So now, since we covered those aspects, that the failure is dependent on the vision and other stuff. So when a customer comes to you, what would you tell him for his project to be successful? What is the mantra you would say for a successful project, and what things should I go with when I start a project, and what I'm adding more question, but I want to understand, like for example, sometimes clients change a lot, and this also cause a lot of things, panic on the consumer side of it, and also for the tech team also, because every day if you start changing everything, it would also be not beneficial for everybody. So how would you go about it? What would be the right methodology for a good project?
Those are a lot of questions. So can you repeat your first question?
So my first question was to first understand what is the mantra for a successful project.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I would say that first things is that we talked about the vision aspect. Okay, the person who will come with the vision, he needs to have the right vision. Or if he doesn't have, you have to guide it and make sure that you reach that out goal, his goal in a certain way which is beneficial for him. Then I would say that community is one of the most important aspect. He needs to have a strong community, and if he doesn't, he needs to work on that. He needs to work on the getting users. It's not just get into the hype community and just hyping it up, and he needs users who trusts in his vision. Okay, so I would say getting the users would be the number 2. Then of course getting the proper help, getting the technology out there,
team.
Getting the right team. That would be because
that is a crucial thing.
That is a very crucial thing, because it's not about just the expertise; it's about the trust aspect as well. Because in blockchain, since a lot of projects that come in blockchain, it's related to cryptocurrency or real money. So you need to know that you can trust your team.
Yes.
In that aspect. Yes. Of course, there are certain you can say practices which a client should do to
make sure that
have a very good access control. All those things, which is a good practice. It's not about just the trust; it's just a very good practice which he should do.
Protocols.
That he should follow protocols. Give just not
and you also give those protocol to the user. I mean, as a client, I would get those protocols, so you would always have those protocol implemented with me, so that nothing.
Definitely, because we need to know that the roles we have in his vision, what kind of roles we need to implement. That is very important. So then the fourth would be that a lot of people assume that their only users are cryptocurrency friendly or blockchain friendly. You need to create a UX which is for normal users as well. Because
for old age, you mean?
For old age, for people who are not much aware with the blockchain. So the UX, your user experience, has to be quite good.
Yeah. Because I remember one project that we did in which we had many customers that were or adopter, I would say, who were above say 50 years old, and if you're going with the UI with so many dangling object and all those I mean glitters, all those things,
dancing prisms.
I remember the client saying that, the president was saying that these things would be a little bit odd for those kind of people.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you have to keep it simple. Make sure that anyone can use your platform, and it should be self-explanatory. So having a really good user experience is very crucial.
So any other point? So okay, so basically UX is important, and other aspect, I mean, getting the right technology partner is also important, very important over here. So my last question, coming to the conclusion, would be, if a customer comes to you, what Zaytrics can do in this aspect for a blockchain based project, what services do you offer, and how he would be benefiting by aligning himself to Zaytrics?
Well, I'll start with the end because that is something a lot I've seen a lot of people have issues with is maintenance. So a lot of people get their project done from a service, and the service priority is just getting the project out there and just leaving the client,
Yes.
and then looking for another project.
Yes.
Yeah, but at Zaytrics, what we do is we make sure we stay with the client.
Mm.
We help him out with the maintenance.
Yeah.
We make sure that the product which we have given is scalable, and it will scale
And secure.
Yeah, and it's secure, of course. So we are with the client every step of the way. From
From the very beginning.
from this, creating it from scratch, then deployment, and then maintenance, everything.
And we will provide A to Z. You're saying that we are providing end-to-end service.
Yeah, end-to-end service.
Yeah, everything that includes UX, front end, back end, Web3,
Yeah, basically,
Web2. Yeah.
basically what we do is we materialize his vision. We convert his vision into a product. Yeah. Then of course there are Discord bots and all of those things which are related to cryptocurrency and their marketing. We can also do that. Make sure that he has the right community to reach. And a lot of people, what they do is they get a lot of bot users out there for the client, and it's. I mean, the client is happy at first that he has a lot of reach, but at the end, it's a disaster. for him.
So the important thing that you want to point out is we stay with the customer no matter what, and we stay till the very end. We don't run away as other companies. And the important thing is what you mentioned is scalability. That our code is more scalable. We look into the next future trends, and based on that, we define our product or design our product in a way that can be scalable and useful.
Yeah, because in today's world, what happens is that the technology is ever changing.
Yeah.
I mean, daily there is something new which is much more, which makes the previous implementation redundant. So what I do is I always keep on, get a lookout for any new technology. And whenever there is, to the previous clients as well, I keep on suggesting them, this is the right way to go. Like this will improve the ecosystem by a lot, and this is, I think this is necessary when you are working in an IT. Sector.
I remember back in 2019 when we started this blockchain, we had a vision at that time that it would be, we used to call it Block AI, which is basically a blockchain, a combination of blockchain and AI. Now, do you foresee, I personally has been a lot more, I've been talking more about that blockchain and AI together could have a lot of potential, more potential as compared to blockchain alone. So what do you think about that aspect? Are you using any kind of AI these days? But initially, I remember back in 19, 20, or maybe even in 21 or 22, people would not recognize if you say that go with AI, this AI would help. But these days, people are adopting to AI in blockchain as well. So what do you think about that aspect?
Yeah, there is a lot of potential out there in combination of blockchain and AI. And there are a lot of projects. You do remember there was one project where, I don't remember the name, but there was like a lot of data normalization in the blockchain servers, and we did that. Then in ICP, there is a lot of models which can run on their servers. Yeah, so you can do a lot of implementation with AI and blockchain.
Yeah.
With that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Zain, for your time. It was wonderful having the meeting with you, and there was a lot of insights. So, thank you so much. Thank you for your time, and thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Please like, comment, subscribe.
Always apply. Yeah.